Kia ora rawa tu e hoa mat, no mat, hara mai, kia whakata Māori. Super 8 Rugby from the beautiful city of Tauranga and Tauranga Boys College. It's a great matchup here with two super fine teams as Tauranga Boys line up against Hamilton Boys, champions of the world really, the latter. The Tauranga Boys College sitting pretty good too. It's a windy old day here in the Bay of Plenty today, but a beauty day for rugby. Really pleased to have you with us and joining us for today's commentary, Taku Tama Moiho, aka Luan. Tēnā koe, Tama.
Ai, tēnā koe, Teo. Pāpā, o sira tēnā koutou kua tūhono mai nei ki tēnei whakapāhotanga kātahi rā, te hui ngā hākina ko tēnei. What an opportunity we have to showcase some quality rugby here this afternoon and underneath Maunga here in the proud city of Tauranga.
Great to have you with us too. Here they come, and the anchor referencing Tauranga Moana and of course how it is such an important part of this community. Likewise, as we come out from Hamilton Boys High School, here's their lineup today. They'll be captained by Sturm, and they've got a high-powered lineup. They're always tough to beat too. These two teams haven't met yet. Tauranga Boys have been unbeaten today. Keep your eye out for a couple of really good talents here right at the back. Rangiwai Lunovic and Rahuruhi Palmer up front with Rabarts. Some good skill too at the back with Inga Kokohu, but it's going to be up to Mac Russ and his allies as well as we look at the Tauranga Boys College first 15.
Ai, kia hāngai pū te tiro ki tērā nama rima te raka mō ngā te kapa Tauranga Boys ko Aisake. Waka siola koe atu ko tērā whuru peke kei te hiku o te tīma in the fullback. Keep an eye out for Landon Monks and of course Aaron Riley and Charlie Sinton.
Well, these two teams play for many different kaupapa, as you can see them being laid out. The coach here for Tauranga Boys College is Aidan Kuka.
Ana akua nei ka kite ake I ngā taonga kei mua I te aroaro, ko tēnei kapa ki te taha mauī nei, ko rātau te mana whenua o tēnei tūranga waiwai, ko Tauranga Boys in the blue strip here, holding on to their anchor and the Māori within this proud taonga.
2,200 students here and 200 have come across from Hamilton today for what has been a multi-sport festival. Of course, it's the second day of term today and the anchor is carried with the Tauranga Boys team, acknowledging Tauranga Moana, a place of safe anchorage. And also on up for grabs today is the boot, which has traditionally been battled for in rugby after being presented by Don Clark way back in the 60s, as we see an exchange of gifts and we prepare for the haka as well. Great to have you with us here on Whakata Māori, and big ups to the sponsors, as you can see in the hoardings across the other side of the field, who have enabled this event to take place and to be broadcast across the country.
Ka tukina te Māori ki ngā manuwhiri kia tutu mai ki te mahi I ngā mahi a tāne rore. I think at our Haukainga Boys Tauranga Moana are waiting for Kirikiriro Hamilton to rip into our haka, ngā mahi a rehia. Nō reira, kia mātakitaki atu, kia rongo I te wairua, kia rongo I te Māori, o tēnei tūāhuatanga whakahirahira a tātou. Kana ka mihi ki ngā kapa e rua. Nā rātou tēnei mahi, tēnei tū āhua tanga a tātou I whakanui I hāpai. A ki te taha o kirikiri roa, waikato tani wharau, whakawhiti atu. Ki te haukainga, te tauranga o ngā waka, a place of safe anchorage, referencing our proud maunga here, Mauao. Big mihi to that special experience for both teams and the viewers here at Whakata Māori.
Yeah, and a pretty special experience for a father and son who went for a walk around the base of Mauao, and it's so beautiful. Great to be with you here from Tauranga Moana. Bit of an overcast day here, and these two teams right on the top of their games. Of course, Hamilton boys didn't win Super 8 last year, but they went on to dominate the world and took out a very prestigious tournament in Japan. We know that Tauranga Moana, though, they have had a really great season, bar one hiccup to Westlake boys in pre-season. But as far as Super 8's concerned, with wins over Rotorua, New Plymouth, Napier and Palmerston North, they're on the top of the tree. They're a pretty proud kura, this one. And it's been a multi-sport exchange here with the two proud kura. They've had basketball, and obviously all the rugby teams have played football, and also golf. So, as I say, 200 students have come across from the Waikato. And here we are, locked in and loaded here on Whakata Māori, bringing you live the action from Super 8 Rugby. It will be Hamilton boys, the lads from Kirikiriroa. We'll be working from right to left once the whistle is underway. Here we go, it's Super 8 Rugby, and you've got the action live on Whakata Māori, home of Super 8, with a tap back here and picked up by one of the top guns here from the home team. That's the number 5, Aisake Vakasiola. That one for the touchline just down in front of us from our broadcast position.
Yeah, he tohu tēnei, he tohu me ki tērā, kia ki te atu I te āhuatanga o te huarere, e kaha pupuhi ana te hau ki ngā tuara o Kirikiriroa, ngā manuwhiri, so it was obvious that with the kick there, it showed how strong the wind is behind the backs of the Hamilton squad.
And they'll have to certainly make use of the wind. It will be for Kirikiriroa, who have the ball here just outside the 22. Plenty of muscle and toughness in there. They're really fizzing, these two teams, as they prepared for action. Great drive here from Hamilton boys as they push towards the line, and Tauranga Moana struggling at the moment to contain them. Plenty of activity here, the referee's allowing it to go on. The ball's freed up now. Little dummy and for the line is the halfback, that's Mac Russ. He doesn't get there, sets it up now for Hamilton. And they are really into their work here. Just a minute gone, and they're hot on attack at the moment and putting the pressure here on Tauranga Moana. Out they go to the right-hand side through Patuawa. He's got the ball and goes to ground now. Still towards the line. Pushing towards it, and it will be a penalty for Hamilton. Boys, what a superb start it was from the get-go.
It was, Dale, and right from the kickoff, as you said, Tauranga did well to get their hands on the ball and save the pill a little bit, but just another example of how strong the wind is. And from the line out, the penalty came from the Tauranga boys pulling the maul down, and so it's good sign to see that the Hamilton boys are backing themselves, not going for the early points, but more so for the try to break the ice here this afternoon.
And look at the cars out there. It's just indicative of the way that this game is held. The traditional rivalry between these two regions, but also with the boys' high schools. Great to have you with us on Whakata Māori. This is the first opportunity from the scrum base here. As Moiho mentioned too, good to have this sort of confidence. So it's a good push here from Tauranga Moana, putting some pressure on. It's taken out the back here from Kokohu. He's lost the ball though. It's gone to ground and play on, says the referee. So it's still on the cards. It's back for Tauranga Moana. In fact, they get hold of the ball. They look for the touchline. Has it made it? Yes, it has.
Tērā kōrero, tērā mate kāinga tahi ka ora he kāinga rua. E tohu miharo tērā, te kaha o te rārangi wawao. Great defence there in early stages of the Tauranga boys. They could be proud of the effort within the scrum, couldn't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Big effort, and just dislodging the ball there with a decent tackle is the number 6, Oliver Francis. But it's still with the away team who have the football, and they're in the middle of the track just outside the 22. Across they come through the hands there of Russ, looking down the right edge, just settling it, looking to maintain control through the phases. The captain is Liam Sturm, handy player. Back to the big number 8, Kokohu. Big Inga. to ground, sets it up nicely as Russ comes into the frame, out to the fullback, Lunovic, who's tackled still just outside the 22. They worked across field. Not a lot of forward traction at the moment as the hooker McCarthy gets hold of the ball. He barrels his way forward as Russ works it out to the right-hand side. Up they come to the 22, still in control. Russ has it. Decides to go down the short side as Patuawa flicks on. Nice hands as well from Putoko. Down the right edge comes a flying Ollie Guerin, and the first try is scored within 4 minutes. Hamilton boys set it up, were patient, and worked it to the right-hand side. The winger got a flying run and was able to go in unmarked down that right-hand channel.
Tino tauira tēnā te kite atu I te kaunga o ngā paumuri. Great display, set move there from the left-hand side of the field to the right-hand side of the field, through the hands, a bit of a backdoor play as well, which come off really well, and our winger on the right-hand edge did really well there for the Hamilton boys to put some points on the board. Well done, Ollie Guerin.
Yeah, well, I tell you, they really came out with intent. They looked very intense in the build-up. In fact, kept to themselves very much while the home team practiced here on their number one field. And I must say the field's in great nick here today. But what a beautifully set up try here for Hamilton, really issuing a challenge to the unbeaten Tauranga Boys College. But they got away to a good start too. And really from the kickoff and then that ball being skewed out on the full, they have dominated field position and created opportunities for themselves. This is a difficult conversion from a wide up, but a bit of wind assistance. It'll be a goodie if he's able to get it. Here we go, from 5 metres in. Strikes it nicely, but unfortunately slides away. Really pleased to have you with us. Of course, this proud kura used to be a combined kura 75 odd years ago. It's had some neat names come through sports-wise over the years. Tauranga Boys, but with a roll of 2200, you can see just how powerful they are in producing not just athletes, but academics, and of course some of these lads who are looking forward to jobs. I know one of them, Nikolai Tahuya, says he wants to work on the machinery at the Port of Tauranga. Not everyone wants to be a professor, is what I'm getting at here.
Mahi mahunga tēnā, he's got the head screwed on his shoulders. It's a chance to set up for his whānau.
Aaron Riley gets us underway, and good chase here for Tauranga Boys. They're full of confidence at the moment. Nigel Hotham, the long-time coach of Hamilton Boys High School, has got them really running cleanly at the moment and confidently. Look at this kick, and it's down well into Tauranga Boys half. It'll be taken in here by Aaron Riley, who needs some support at the moment. It's forward slow to get back and offer some support just outside the 22. So obviously the wind is going to be a major contributor here this afternoon. This is Hohepa Chandler, the number 7 and captain of Tauranga Moana. Just popping the passes here. They need just to settle things down as Christian Sony gets hold of the ball, and a decent tackle downstairs. Copybook as well from the number 1, Rahuriri Palmer. Then dragged to ground here, Sinton. So they're well and truly on top at the moment here. Hamilton, really important that Tauranga stay in touch with them, because if they concede plenty of points early, it's going to be a hard one to fight back from. Good play here. The kick downfield was timely, the chase was good, and really it caught some of the retiring forwards from Tauranga Moana a little bit out of sorts. And again, field position right on the money here for the visitors as Wyndham Patuawa kicks towards the far side of the field. They've got plenty of strike power, some big young lads in both teams.
Tika ana kei te rongo I te ngākau hihiko o te kapa kirikiri roa I tēnei wā. We can feel the excitement and the eagerness of this Hamilton boys team to dominate this early stages of the first half. I think it's really important that the Tauranga boys keep the ball quite tight and close to one another. We saw a 2-pass, 3-pass that maybe wasn't necessary, ideally just to get to the boot and out of the danger zone. So yeah, it's very important. It's paramount for Tauranga boys to keep them out.
Ai tautoko koriro as we see Kirikiriroa again driving towards the line. They're tough. They're well experienced. Looked like a little bit of a knock on in there, but it was out of sight of the referee as the kick sideways is taken beautifully. Popped back on the inside. It's touched by Tauranga Moana. Their wing 3-quarter there, Dylan Henderson pushing it out, but the referee calls them back. And having a word there with the number 7 Chandler, the captain of Tauranga.
Tūpeke pai au ki tērā kōwhiringa a te tū whāngai, but, you know, surprised and excited about the option that the fly half first 5 took in the crossfield kick. Shows the confidence in the team, doesn't it?
So for dragging down once again, and as you'll see, Wyndham Patuawa kicking again. They're full of confidence, there's no doubt about that. That one skims along the surface and still well within the 22. They're about 12 metres out from the try line, so working confidently. McCarthy has the ball on the far side of the field. Plenty of support here for the home team. The whole Kura is out and about, plenty of parents as well, and around the outside they come. This is danger time here for Tauranga. A bullying run to the number 8, pulls to ground. Spratley is in there, confidence sky high as Russ works it, and runners on the outside, pops the pass over the top and finished off beautifully as well by the number 11, Dupre Marshall, in for try number 2 after 9 minutes.
E kore taia te pēhea, mo te nuinga o te poro, me te wāhi e tū ai te poro I tēnei wā tonu. You know, you couldn't prevent that. The Hamilton boys team got back-to-back harm in there, back-to-back penalties. They're playing down the right end of the footy field, and just with consistent pressure to the line, they had to crack at some time. I thought there was a little bit of a hint of an obstruction or a bit of a shepherd there, but the outcome was another try for the opposite winger, this time of the Hamilton boys squad.
Dupre Marshall into score. Hiraka Waitai Hainga with the rainbow ball across the top and picked up his winger nicely. So another conversion opportunity here for Wyndham Patuawa. Plenty of supporters here, but they'll be just a little shell-shocked. It really has been one-way traffic in a very dominant opening 10 minutes here in Super 8 rugby for Hamilton Boys High School. As we say, on top of the world too, highly regarded globally as one of the best secondary schools in world rugby. Might be able to use the wind to his advantage here as he curls it, but just to the left-hand side of the uprights. Great to have you with us. Of course, much of the kaupapa here for Whakata Māori and our broadcast of Super 8 is to encourage more Māori active throughout life. We've been covering secondary school and rangatahi sport, yes, but the goal of it ultimately is to say that sport should play such an important role for all of us going forward. We won't go into the health stats for our people, but suffice to say that involvement in sporting endeavour through life can help alleviate some of the inequities that we find in the health sector. Nō reira, e homa. Think about it. Don't just support the kids, but mums, dads, aunties, uncles, get out there. There's plenty of neat sports to play right through life. Waka ama is one that springs to mind. Golden Oldies rugby, the list goes on as the boot is used this time. It's high, it's deep, it's challenging, and it's ultimately too much for young Dylan Henderson. The wind was a very difficult assignment. But again, just showing the maturity of approach here from Hamilton Boys High School early on in this match.
Ai tautoko pau te kaha hau I au kōrero e Dale. Yeah, really pleased with the standard and the quality of football that's on display this afternoon here at Tauranga Boys High. Hamilton have certainly showcased why they are the world champions and why they're knocking on Tauranga Boys' door to sit at the top of the table of the Super 8 comp.
Yeah, well, they missed out right across the land because of the inclement and tough weather last weekend. A lot of the games weren't played, but we know that Whakata Māori will be covering the game on the weekend too from New Plymouth. Hope you're able to join us too on Saturday afternoon. The pick-up is good on the far side of the field. Ollie Guerin's got it once again. He's got plenty of pace, and Guerin, foresight plus, kicks it back on the inside. Tough city at the moment here for Tauranga Moana. What a great play once again from the lads from the Waikato. Gee, they're right on top of things at the moment. And they're cooking with gas. And
even though the ball went to ground there, a good pick up there from the winger in Ollie Guerin, who's already got a try this afternoon. Nice follow through from Dupre Marshall as well, but tidied up well from the Tauranga Boys fullback winger in Mason Verster.
There's the restart under the pump. At the moment, Tauranga need to muscle up here. They'll get themselves in trouble. That ball's been knocked down though. And knocked on, play on, says the referee. Is he allowing that to go on? Yes, he is. playing the advantage here. It was Tauranga hand that was in there as Russ works out wide, troublesome as well as Jake Raybarts gets hold of the ball.
Ai koe nā tāku ka hoki anō ki te whakatau a te kaiwa wau he maka whakamua. Tā te kapa o kiri roa, knock on here, a little bubble as we see coming into this little short side play.
Little hand came out there from, is it Henderson down this right side? Dylan. Gee, you've got to be impressed here with Hamilton's approach. Of course, the under-15s played today, second 15s, so it's been a real celebration of sport and of an age-old rivalry between these two proud kura.
I also like to thank the school for allowing the wider school to come and participate in such a extravaganza. Second to last day of school term, and the kids have been working hard, of course, with exams and assessments and homework and all that fun stuff at school that you recall.
Oh, of course, it's great fun, yeah, but I'd much rather be out watching rugby. I think I speak for all students. And here we are with the restart. Good to have you with us on Whakata Māori on the far side of the field. Plenty of mums and dads out today, as you would imagine. With this show so far, tries in the 4th minute to Guerin and then Marshall. It's always very pleasing for coaches when wingers score. And that's certainly been the case here with a superb approach to the early exchanges here in this one. It's Super 8 Rugby, and it's coming at you live here on Whakata Māori. Of course, Te Wao Matariki is upon us as well, so big ups to everyone who are gathering to enjoy aspects of Matariki. I see you're emceeing a celebration Awharewatea this coming weekend there in Moihai, so big ups to all that is going on right across the country. Malawatea, Matariki, here we go again, and once again, they're so hot at the moment. This is Kalis, Paul Prutoko, and he's very, very strong. Gets that to Russ, who's had a fine game early on. Again, Tauranga Moana's defence is being tested here by Kirikiriroa, but a turnover. Sees the boys in blue with the football, and they will fight all the way as their captain Chandler gets forward just a couple of metres. And this time looking to get it out on the touchline here. I guess it'll be the northern touchline perhaps. Very overcast conditions at the moment. We've had a couple of showers and would anticipate another through the course of the game. Here's the throw in here from Tom McCarthy. He's been good. It's Palmer with his back to us. The right-hand side is opposite is Nikolai Tehuia in the blue jersey. Tough situation here for Tauranga Boys College. Bullet through to Jack Miller. Climbs high. Sets it up nicely. The halfback comes in and a penalty that'll make the supporters on the sideline pleased. But as you can see, perhaps wet as well as the next shower drifts across here in Tauranga Moana today.
Where did that come from?
Ana, hara mai ana te ua, aha koe whiti mai ana te rā. I mora ai ki te atu he ua nuku, he kōpere. So we've had rainbows, we've had rain, we've had sun, and we've even had a few unicorns. Oh,
Really?
I don't know about that.
No, that won't sound.
But yeah, I hope Tauranga are able to bounce back from a couple of early tries. They've got the Māori of the Hokanga here behind them to support them, and it's tough to score any points in this type of weather, certainly with a 100-kilometre wind gusting in your forehead.
I don't know if it's 100, but anyway, I don't know if you get a job at Niwa, but I do understand where you're coming from. Bit of rain around, and it's certainly coming in behind, as the wind is behind the visitors, far side of the field, and Hamilton this time being asked to show some defensive qualities, clawing effort forward from Whauma Kaupita. First real time with the football here, and finally with ball in hand comes Judah Driver. It's stolen though, beautiful work from Palmer. And now Hamilton looking to counter attack, but they too have lost the football. The referee will be calling us back here this time around. As you can see, the conditions making life uncomfortable for some of the spectators here, but certainly for those of you watching on the Pawhakata.
Ka hoki mai anō te referee ki te hāmene I mora. Te kaha ana te ua kei te rongo. E ko pata ana ki te tuanui nei. It's bucketing down my keys. Far out.
Oh, they're all bailing out from the far side of the field. These young fellas will be catching buses home. Sodded. A lot of work being done there, as you can see. Construction workers enjoying the rugby too. I can tell you, don't know if their bosses have let them have some time off to watch the rugby.
And I also wonder if the toko whātapu, those 4 Māori Smurfs, are out there as well in their blue paint too. We'll see if they're hearty or not.
I think they've bailed out already in the blue paint that you saw at the start of our broadcast. And no doubt have dribbled down and hit the deck. Just waiting for the football to come on in. So McHugh and Arnold, they're the locks today. Sturm and Miller on the side of the scrum with Kokohu at the back. Here's the throw in today from Tommy McCarthy. The scoreline 10-0, coming up to 20 minutes, 35-minute halves here in Super 8 rugby. It's been a very good performance. And another penalty also to the visiting team, making life tough and really shining the torch on the defensive work here of the home team. Tauranga under pressure yet again as Patuawa decides that the line-out's their best option. Let's have another look here.
Ko te tohu o te rangatira, ko te manaki. I'd just like to acknowledge Tauranga boys for the hospitality. 2,200 kids and 200 young gentlemen across from Kirikiriro, and being able to feed these hungry teenagers is a mish in its own. So well done to our ringawera and te hapaio.
Your referee Christian McEwen setting it up nicely here for Kirikiriro. They have the football, they have the field position, they've got the personnel. It's just a matter of it all combining to put more pressure here on the home team. Up by 10 at the moment, and they want to increase that scoreline. Dive for the line from close range. The referee is right at hand having a look out as it goes to Russ, pushing along to the right-hand side. Now they chip over the top, looking for Guerin on the far side. Everyone's chasing and sliding dead, but the ref will come back. There's something that he has noted that he's dissatisfied with. And
is this the third or fourth penalty against the home team? I mean, he's going to have a word with the captains earlier on, otherwise someone's going to go to the pai whakata and to have a bit of a chill out for 5 or 10 minutes. So not getting any of the rub of the green, the Haukanga.
Well, Whakata Māori pleased to be bringing this action, but it's at the moment pretty much one-way action. Again, this very impressive Hamilton Boys High School unit combined this time and driving in with support. There's a ton of activity on it. I'm not sure that he got there, the referee.
Yeah, kua tuhia ki te rai, kua whakamana here. It's in the newspaper now, Dale. It's up on the scoreboard, and I was really pleased with the mana of the D-line there for Tauranga Boys, but just another ngaru atu, ngaru mai, another wave of attack from the Hamilton Boys, and more points on the board, miss forward.
Christian McEwen is credited with the try here, but it's been a very dominant performance and is really sucking at the fitness reserves for Tauranga Boys. They've been under the pump, driving towards the line. He does get it down. For a moment there I thought he might have been held up over the line, but that's not the way our referee sees it. So good try, and that's on top of the early tries to the wingers Guerin and Marshall.
Do you think the eagerness shown, Dale, is a reaction to the fact that our poor Waikato Chiefs mana went down last week, and I'm sure the boys want to try and get one back on whoever the Hoariri is?
Yeah, well, the Chiefs mob over this side as well, so I do take your point though. They'll be wanting to do the best here for Waikato. Slipping and still slotting. Smart work as well. Gee, that was interesting. We might get a replay of that from Wyndham Patuwai.
Aira Patu, Pakaru mai te kata hoki. The home crowd was cracking up that he slipped, but another class slot. Here we go. Have a little look-see.
It reminds me of one that Cameron Smith kicked for Melbourne. They still play on the replays in the NRL too, but that was a doozy, wasn't it?
Here we go. Wā tuatahi kua kuhu mai a Tauranga Boys ki tēnei wahanga o te whira. Seems like the first time they've been in the opposition's half kit. What can they do with the pill? Hopefully hold on to it.
Kupita has the ball now, and finally Sinton gets an opportunity to attack rather than defend. They've been doing the latter time and time again. Out it comes to Johnston. He's on the halfway line, right on the koro with Whakata Māori. He dishes out down the left-hand side. This guy comes with some big rats, the big Tongan forward out of Katikati. That's Vakasiola. Now the big men, they just need to hold their own. Bit of grind here, and yet another penalty. It counts very much in favour of the visiting team at the moment. It's not a criticism of the referee, far from. Let's have a look and see. Well, not releasing is what the referee is suggesting.
Yeah, holding on to the pill there was Nikolai Tehuia. Was pretty proud with his late footwork at the line. But yeah, just consistent pressure of the Hamilton boys who've come with a bit of rap. Only the world champs.
Yeah, well, that's why they are the world champs too. They're very clinical in the way they approach the game. They've been dominant right from the get-go. 3 good tries scored. Just waiting for the football. In fact, there's an injury just in back play here. Well, we have some wahine, I'm assuming, from Tauranga Girls College have come along to be part of the occasion. Coming up to 25 minutes. I'd like to acknowledge New Zealand Carbon Farming, Māori Active, Caltex, Bailey's, all supporters to allow Whakata Māori to bring you the action of Super 8 Rugby, and hope you are enjoying the action. As you can see that rain coming down, well, from right to left from our broadcast side.
Me te tiro ake hoki e teo ki tērā o ngā wharanga a whaauma Kupita te ahua nei kua whara te tuke. It looked like he'd either come off with I don't want to sound like Dr. Ropata, but a hyperextended elbow or a dislocated shoulder. Up to you.
Yeah, I think you'd be best not to go into your medical guesswork from up in the commentary position. But, well, I get where you're going with it. Look at this drive. Oh, yeah. This is the stuff that success is made of in the sport of rugby. Look at the grinding effort and fabulous try. Superb effort here from Hamilton boys. And they are well and truly on fire. Try scored here from Jack Miller, or by Jack Miller. Gee, that was well constructed.
Tika na ano nei he waka e hoi ana I te awa o Waikato. It just seemed like a canoe paddling up the Waikato River, Dad, or a bunch of puru going up the field, bro. It's hard to stop, isn't it?
Yeah, have a look at it. It was so beautifully constructed, and that'll give Coach Neil Hotham, a great sense of satisfaction. They work hard to be able to put those sorts of tries together on game day. They have been on fire here. Remember, there's plenty of wind supporting them at the moment. Whether or not it's to the level of the scoreline, well, time will tell. But difficult conditions. Started off as a pleasant day. Well, it's not unpleasant, I might add, but it started off as a fine day in preparation for this encounter. But the rain, the wind certainly come in and made playing conditions much more difficult. Well, we saw a skillful, if slightly unusual, conversion last time around by this young man, Wyndham Patuawa. This time about 5 metres in from touch on the far side of the field. And this one goes straight through the uprights. Clinical, classy, select, call it what you will. Hamilton Boys High School have been super impressive here with the scoreline of 24-0. It's going to make Tauranga Boys College a very, very difficult run home in the second half. Still more to come.
That's right. I'd just like to acknowledge how important this competition is as a pathway for our tauira, our raukura, our ika awhiro that finish high school, that possibly go on to the Super Rugby competition or the Sevens circuit. I just see our All Blacks are heading off to Argentina very shortly, and there's mixed emotion around the style of the jersey that they've chosen for this year's World Cup.
Yeah, I note that, but some of these guys will end up going pro ball. Many of them won't, most won't. And so playing in sports, it develops lifelong relationships and great friendships. As we see the first real opportunity with the ball, and sadly, it just balloons off the chest there of Sony. And again, using the wind smartly, the young players from Hamilton Here comes Landon Monks. He's got skill. Monks flicks on the inside too. Nice little ball out to Verster, but he ultimately is pushed across the sideline on the far side of the field. They'll get the ball back though, Tauranga Boys College.
Ara kare no kia kite I te ātāhua I ngā pukenga rānei a Lyndon Monks ko ia tetehi tuki mo te kapa o Tauranga nei tū ana hei furupeke, hei hiku mo tēnei tīma. Keep an eye out for Mr. Monks. He's got game, that young kid, and so he's one to look out for him, certainly in the second half.
6.5 to play here in the first half, and really important that Tauranga don't concede any more points. And if they can, this is their best opportunity in a while. They're about 30 or so metres away from the try line. If they're able to get across, just to give them a little bit more confidence going into the second half. They'll be a bit dejected, understandably, after conceding 4 tries. And again, the throw-in ends up in the hands of the visitors, who've really been faultless today. To the back. And now needing some chase. It's found its way into touch just in front of us here in the broadcasting position. Obviously anticipating more students in the future as well. The construction of the block, you can see just in the background there. Packed house around the number 1 field here at Tauranga Boys College. And of course the boot on the line here. The famous boot of Don Clark's, which is always traditionally played for when Tauranga meet Hamilton. So it's Tauranga who do have the ball. That pass, well, just things aren't going right for them. That was an errant ball. They haven't had a lot of possession.
E tawhiti rawa te tū. I tēnei tū momo huarere, he mea nui kia pātata atu ngā kai oma ngā paumua ki te nonoke. I think, in these conditions, the forward or the first receiver, second receiver, ko wai atu rāne, was standing a bit too wide. Got to tighten up ship in this type of huarere.
So another demand to show their defensive resilience here. It's been breached a few times already today. Tauranga Moana just waiting for the ball to come in. He's had a good game so far today. It's Tom McCarthy. Finally, that ball is in his hands, and likewise a towel. McCarthy getting us underway here.
Yeah, he represented the Chiefs under 18s, and he's got ambitions of going off to Lincoln University with some hobbies of hakina kina and hauora physical education.
Wish him well there. Wish all these young guys well too going forward. And again, here's another chance for them to strut their stuff. They've done it on the world stage. Now they're over here in the Bay of Plenty, and well, they're making everyone sit up and take notice at the moment too. Parochial crowd in behind the home team, as you would imagine, but they have been left reasonably silent here in this first half of class rugby from a classy young team. So Tauranga peeling off the back. Here he comes again in Kokuhu. He's tough.
Good tackle.
Russ McCarthy barrels towards the line. He's only 5 metres short. Danger time here once again for Tauranga Boys. Out to the right hand side they come, driving towards the line. The referee's eyes on the ball at the moment. They've got numbers down the right edge. Tauranga need to come and muscle up, strengthen this defensive effort on the line. Russ trying to grind their way forward, going underneath. Tough times here for Tauranga. Can they withstand the barrage? That's the question. Yote Whakata Māori, are we going to see try number 5? And driving towards the line, muscling towards the line is the number 4, McEwen. Not quite there, but the ball certainly is. They've got numbers out to the left-hand side this time, and easy pickings for the 12 who goes to Hilaka Waitai Hainga. Try number 5 for Hamilton Boys High School. What a performance they're putting on here in the first half.
Just like at the marae, the lazy catch and goosey, getting on the outside, short ball to the other bro, and the second 5 on his left-hand side. Simple play, catch and goose, running over his line, holes opened up, and Hamilton are in once again.
Hiraka Waitai Hainga, the try scorer. You just felt that it was coming. The setup was superb. the patience shown was also very, very commendable here at Hamilton Boys High School. What a team they are proving to be. We always knew it was going to be tough here for Tauranga Boys, but who would have expected that they'd be barreling in 5 tries in the first 35 minutes? It's still a conversion to come to push that scoreline out. It's going to be an interesting challenge here for Aidan Cooker to lift his lads up for the second half. Still plenty of football to play here. They won't want the score bulging out much more than it already is. But they'll turn and have the wind at their back, the home team, this second half. At the moment, it's just been real tough city for them here on their home track. Here's Wyndham Patuawa looking to add the extras. Last time he slipped from a similar position, but still managed to slot the conversion and collect the 2 points. Will he be able to do likewise again here? There's the rainbow in the background, Uenuku, and not one of his best from close range. Patuawa.
Aira Wyndham Patuawa. He uri no Tauranga te arawa tapuika no hoki. He's played representative NZ Touch, and that was on display close to the line there for that previous try. He's got a favourite player, and I'm sure many a favourite player in Richie Munga, who hung up his boots with the Crusaders after an outstanding career with them. And congratulations once again to the brothers from the Waiponamu on another successful year.
Fair enough. They've been amazing. Their record speaks for itself. And that kick didn't quite go as intended. And so the time clock that you see on the side is really one that's indicative for us. It's not the official time clock.
Kare roa ka tangi hia mai te pūtātara. We'll hear our whistle blow shortly. 35-minute halves here and a 5-minute break. No reira kaua haere tawhiti e hoa mā koutou e tūhono mai nā ki tēnei o ngā whakapāhotanga. Don't go too far. Quick cup of tea and a scone. And back into the ruggers.
Yeah, here's the fight now, Tauranga. And some support coming from the sideline as they drive forward, joining in. Everyone's having a go here and getting in behind them as well as Judah Draver comes into the mix. Hamilton have been here before. They've certainly repelled plenty of attacks over the years. As the ball comes out for Sinton, he waits for it. Has it been stolen from him? It has. Skillful work here from Liam Stern, the skipper for Hamilton. Just biding his time.
The second 5 and the centre were in that maul, and the halfback was looking to chuck the ball out, but most of the backs were in the maul, so unfortunate for Tauranga Boys, but very entertaining.
Taking at the back here, Riley has it. Riley kicking, taken nicely as well by the 4. Scoots it along. It's picked up here by Patuawa, this time peeling off the meters, dropping it back on the inside. But that's no go, and let's see what the referee has witnessed here. Somewhat dejected on the sidelines, as you would imagine too. They come to support their lads high on hope that they would be able to continue their winning form here in Super 8 Rugby. This is game number 5.
But just a reminder, Dad, it's not all about rugby, or it is almost all about rugby, but there were plenty of sports out here this afternoon or throughout the day. We've had hockey, we've had basketball, we've had football, we've even had golf. Pono ki te atua, straight up. We've had a golf outing as well for these proud two teams that have shown a strong relationship to one another over the past 50 or so years.
Yeah, they've been fantastic rivals, and I hope you're enjoying the action from Super 8. A big turnaround. The wind will be behind the home team, but can they come back from what is a 29-0 lead to Hamilton Boys High School here over Tauranga Boys College? It's half-time, and you're watching for Kata Māori coverage of Super 8.
This isn't an ad about four-wheel drives. It's about knowing the place, as well as the locals.
You found the place. That's a good start. Built by my great-grandfather.
I wanted to take a moment to express my gratitude for the incredible support you provided me with recently.
So I just want to say thank you for allowing me to go up north and go to our first nationals tournament. For a lot of us, it was our first national tournament experience.
Also, like your funding that helped us get up there, it's helping like people who might not have been to places they wanted to do, or last year running team.
Losing or winning doesn't even matter. We're just grateful that we got to go. So yeah, just on behalf of the people that are a bit too shy to speak right now, just thank yous.
Whoops, running on empty? Enjoy a 6 cents per litre fuel discount at your local Caltex with Pumped every day. Ah, feels good, eh? Get it at any participating Caltex.
Hoki mai anō e te iwi ki tēnei whakapāhotanga ki te tauranga o ngā waka. Ki hea atu, ki konei, ki whakata Māori. Welcome back once again. Mānawa tia matariki. What a way to acknowledge such an important time for us as having such a significant celebration between two proud schools here in Tauranga boys up against Hamilton boys who have come with the Māori.
They certainly have. They got underway there with that neat try from Guerin. There's only 4 minutes in. And then on the 9-minute mark, they had dominated field position and possession and were able to again use their winger who got across in the left-hand corner. That was Marshall. They hadn't finished there because in the 23rd minute, watch this effort from McEwen from close range. For a moment I thought he was held up, but the referee was well sighted. At that stage it was 17-0. A few glimpses of opportunity here for the home team, but ultimately Hamilton boys with this drive, wasn't that a superb try from Miller, and Jack Miller of course on the side of the scrum, and then they wrapped up the first half with another classy effort, this time an easy pickings for Waitahainga, who was in to score, and Patuawa of course able to slot a couple, not all, but an impressive scoreline here at the half-time break, and plenty of confidence no doubt from Hamilton boys. Unbeaten this year, as mentioned in our commentary in that first half, Tauranga boys, but a real wake-up call for them. But it has been tough. The wind, the rain has all been against them, the penalty count likewise, but you've got to make your own luck, and so the challenge for them now is to get a good start, and they were under the pump so much in that first half, Moiho, that even when they did get the ball, they made errors, perhaps just trying to push passes when they needn't have. Certainly, Dale, you mentioned the multiple array of factors that were that the Tauranga boys were confronted with. Not only some hot attack from the Hamilton boys, but the rain, the wind, and just the lack of possession and the lack of territory. So let's hope the kahuri te tai, let's hope the tides sort of turn a little bit in this second half, and the Tauranga boys come out guns blazing and give their team, their tira, their kahui a bit of reason to celebrate their skill sets and the mana of this ropu. Really pleased to have you with us here in Whakata Māori, and great to be able to come around the country to bring these games. Here they are, they're still, well, they're in there. It's got a big help sign. Does that say help? That's... Yeah, well, that's probably correct. No, I think maybe help. I thought it might have been the sign they've nicked from the sausage sizzle, but there it goes. Maybe it's applicable here under the circumstances. Let's see what can happen with the wind at their backs for Tauranga boys and Hamilton Boys High School. Thinking smart. They must be freezing, those young fellas. Oh, they breed them tough down here. Yes, I guess they do. Been some great athletes here. Did I mention? Yeah, I did mention the America's Cup numerous All Blacks. Kane Williamson. Well, he's not an All Black, but he's certainly one of the best cricketers we've ever seen. That's for real. Fabulous. So here they come. Finally, with a bit of ball, a bit of opportunity here as Vakasiola sets it up for them out in the middle of the track. Swinton gets it. Let's see if this crack outfit from the Waikato is good on defence as they are on attack. And once again, Big Eye Sake has a run to the line. He's just outside the 22. Finds Te Huia. That's a good carry forward for Te Huia. Needs some support in there. Sinton working hard. They're probably running a few changes as well. We'll pick them up as we go along. Sinton. Now to Aisake once again.
A bit of a pahi hohi pera tera. The hospital pass, but it's nice to see some of these forwards running in pods.
Pahi hohi pera rings a couple of bells, doesn't it, as it comes out there. Through the big number 6, Oliver Francis. Out wide finds Oni. He levels it up. Still outside the 22. Good D at the moment from Hamilton. Nice work from Spratley. Gets it to the 22. Sinton in the fullback. Monks chimes in. Down to the hands of Chandler, the skipper. Setting it up. Sinton looks. Opts for the right edge. Little grubber kick along the ground this time around. Trying to think outside the box is Aaron Riley. But it doesn't come up trumps for him this time around. And Hamilton boys have the ball. Getting onto it, needing support. And quick support as well. Tauranga have the pill. Let's see if they can pick up the momentum to the back rower. This is Spratley. Still there, Sinton. Goal or hole opens up. Beautiful darting run from Monks, who offloads beautifully to Te Huia. And he's to ground, Nikolai Te Huia. Right in front of the post. This is the chance that Tauranga have been waiting for. Wrestling for the football. Credit here to Palmer. Gee, he's been good. He reefed the ball away too. That one's been knocked backwards. Play on. Ball's there. Try scored. Well, they're coming back. There's the start of it. It's got to start somewhere. Tauranga Moana. Driver. All good. Thumbs up.
Tika ana, kua piro. Piro tuatahi mo te kapa Tauranga. First try on the board. Who did I say that? Mr. Monks, bro, he broke the line. Good backing up from our prop forward.
That's Nikolai Te Huia.
Turnover here was class as well from the opposing prop.
Nikolai's just in year 11, so he's got plenty of time here to contribute. And it ends up in the hands of Judah Draver.
I've been impressed with Judah. He's really get busy. Not the biggest of physique, but really a person that's hungry for the ball.
And the number 11 getting them on the board here. So that's Driver comes in. You can see the benefit of the wind behind you, can't you? 29 points to 7. Hats off to the effort in that first 35 minutes, though, for Hamilton Boys High School. Absolutely superb. Driver is in the 37th minute. That'll give him plenty of heart, though.
For sure, over from Fiji is Driver. It's a favourite player of one of the Parramatta Eels ex-boys, semi-truck, semi-rah-rah-rah.
Semi-radradra. I think it's radradra.
True.
Anyway, something like that. Buller. Yeah, great. A lot of these young guys come over and get study opportunities. And Judah was right man on the right, on the spot at the right time. And Tauranga come away with the football from the kick-off. Plenty of pressure being applied here from Hamilton also. Short ball play, smart play too. 17 is Ryan Palmer. Sinton's really coming into his own now. This time puts the kick downfield. It's taken at the back. I think that's Lunovic. Keeping it on for Patuawa, is it? Running at the gap, Patuawa. He's had a strong game too, Wyndham. The 7 is Miller. He's already scored 1 try. Sort of everywhere type of player. Real feather in the cap here too for Nigel Hotham. He's got this team well drilled. Monks and Lunovic, 2 fine fullbacks on display here today. And it looks as though Tauranga have wrestled the ball away, have they?
A little bubble there from Lunovic.
So it's there, setting the stage. And the crowd recognise that this is just what is needed here for Tauranga.
Ai, ko te whakapapa o te rā hāmene, ko te papuri tonu I te poro. It came from just holding on to the, not releasing. Did well there for the turnover. And the penalty, they've got a bit of a spring in their step at the moment, Dale.
Yes, they have. Yeah, Aaron Riley decides to put it out on the far side of the field. He's about 12 metres out now, and this is a great opportunity. Gee, I know 29 points. It feels as though when you look at a scoreline like that the game's gone. But if they're able to get across here and convert again, it'll really give them a shot in the arm here. As the local supporters look on. Good climb, high, well taken by Lachlan Stevens. Setting it up for the drive towards the line here. Bit of confidence on show. At the back here is the number 2. Everyone climbs in there. Driver is Calls is in there also. This is good play from Tauranga. Can they get to the line? They get to it all right. Can they get it down? The referee's there. He said, yes, you can. Look at them erupting on the sideline.
Oh, miharo. Mihi ana.
Miharo.
He haruru ana te whenua. The ground and the mininga, the maria are erupting. Classic try, classic pushover try. Well done to Tauranga boys.
Who's credited with the try? I'm just having a little trouble identifying the player on the far side.
It's usually the hooker, Dad. The hooker who throws it in the line out usually jumps on the back of the maul and gets across. But let's give it to the team. That was a team try, that one.
Why can't exactly right? That try scored by da-da-da-da-da and team. Can I?
Yeah.
Well, normally you can sort of see the elation on the face of the try scorer.
I think we cut away to the fans who were a bit more excited, or just as excited.
Well, they were and deserved to be. Now, this would be something else if the conversion is successful. Māori active, right there, front and centre. Go and sign up to a club today. That's it. Swings it. Ultimately, no go, but a good 5-pointer.
It's like the mihi to the Kahui Whakahaere, the coaching staff from the Tauranga boys squad. Aidan Kuka of Ngāti Ranginui, who I got a chance to speak to earlier on in the game, and his team there, and Hamish Boyce and Regan Ward, they're all kaiako here at Tauranga Boys High, and it's a commitment. It's one to teach a class, but the extras after hours and the Saturdays and the trainings are a good sign of being role models for our young gentlemen.
Yeah, he's a neat guy, Aidan Kuka. We didn't get a chance to talk with him on here, but perhaps we'll off the back of our game this afternoon. Don't forget New Plymouth as well. 12:35 kick-off from Ngamotu, actually, is our real Māori name for that part of Aotearoa. Looking forward to seeing New Plymouth Boys High School, and also looking forward to rekindling a relationship in the commentary box with Bevan Martinet, who we work together.
That's a nudge. That's a nudge and a half, Mr. Husband.
That's a very fine kick, Mr. Husband.
That is a 50-22. Does that happen in this?
No, it certainly does not. You are crisscrossing
it does.
your coach.
Have a look. They got the ball, bro. 50-22. Come on, school up, mate. Where you been?
Oh, heck, you're kidding me, aren't you? I thought you were having a go. So here we go, guys. This is what the fans came out. This is why this mob on the in front of us are wagging school today. Well, they're not wagging school, actually. They're at school. What am I saying? Well, they're certainly not in class. They're out here having fun. As Judah Draper has the football. 25 metres out from the line. Sinton. Out the right-hand side he goes. This time, Hoipa Chandler settling it up. Well, Hamilton boys thought it was going all one-way traffic, and at 29-0 at half-time, you would have thought so too. But these young guys from Tauranga show that they've got plenty of heart. And they've got a bit of attitude on at the moment, showing some swagger out there on the track. 30 metres out from the line, still in possession. Sinton. Now they suck it. Wants the ball. It's got the penalty. No, it's not. Look at that. Well, this could be what swings the momentum the way of the visitors. Look at Siola trying to lay it back there. Oh, look, there was hands all over that. He never really had a chance to clear, did he? Referee doesn't get a chance to have a look at it in slow-mo. Great atmosphere here, festival atmosphere, as we wrap up this sporting and cultural exchange, really, between these two proud kura. Stack of support here at 29-12. 25 to play.
Me manawa nui, me manawa roa, me manawa kuaka. Te kapa o Tauranga, manawa kuaka there, the kuaka bird. What's that bird that travels half away across the country?
Yeah, they're
The Godwits?
The Godwits, yeah. Yeah, well, it's there. Ingoa.
There we go.
Well, you don't need to know which way that penalty was awarded, do you? But this will give them heart. It's been great to see this fight back here from Tauranga. To our whanang here. Ngati Rangi. Indeed, one of our dear friends who will be watching today. Koro atu tahis out there, welcome back.
Oh, kāroha. Te āhua nei me hoki whakamuri. I think the ball went dead. What has the ref got? Overruled by the man in the middle. 5 metre line out. Are we going to see a shunting truck and a shunting yard, as Bill McLaren used to say?
Well, there it is. Let's get the old shunting wagon here. With old references to Otahuhu, railway yards and Tamaki Makaurau. Who will shunt forward here?
TBC.
Sony, drive towards the line. Need to get the ball back and keep it in control. The boys in blue have got hold of it from the back. Here comes Aisake driving forward, this time towards the line. It's not going to get there. Sinton is waiting in anticipation, but he's leaving it to his forwards at the moment. Need to deliver clean ball. It's still there, you can see it. They're showing patience. They're showing drive and determination. Can they show it on the scoreboard? That's the question. Down the left side as it comes to Big Aisake. He's repelled as well as Hamilton, saying, not on my watch this time around, big fella. Still with the ball though, here's Tauranga Moana. In control and need to stay that way. Plenty of phases here in this play for the home team.
I know there's a New Zealand delegation in China. Seems like Tauranga boys at the Great Wall of China at the moment.
Well, the big wall of China is holding up at the moment. The Great Wall of Hamilton. Still, they've got it there. Can they get Aisake this time around? But he's repelled also. Whakasiola can't get there. But they are still going hammer and tong here at the Hamilton boys. They've got it. They've got it this time. Referee goes sideline to see. And that's it. It's secured. Do we get a number this time here? So I think it's the number 2. Number 2 comes up with it. Christian Sony. What a comeback we are witnessing here from Tauranga Boys College.
E mea na koe, Mr. Husband. E mea na koe. How many phases? Phase after phase. Phase after phase. Finally got over the chalk. Jumping up and down. They thoroughly deserve it, the Tauranga boys. They battled all the seasons in the first half and getting some fruits for the hard effort and the labour put in the second half.
I think it's the number 2, Tommy McCarthy. He's had a good game here today, McCarthy. What a turnaround it has been as we await the conversion attempt. 29-17. We've got a game on our hands here, Homa. Thanks for listening in and thanks for being part of our coverage here. Māori Active, Bailey's, Caltex, New Zealand Carbon Farming have all been contributing to bringing this action to you live across Whakata Māori, recognising the important role sport plays in our community and in our lives going forward. This kick coming around. Yes, it is. He nails it from out wide. Good conversion this time from Mason Verster.
Tom McCarthy there going over the stripe. He moulds his game on Mr. Cody Taylor, and there were signs of Cody Taylor in that resilience to just keep pushing on, and Tauranga boys are here to stamp their foot in the ground and stay at the top of the table of the Super 8 College First 15 competition.
Well, they were stamping their feet with the haka pre-game too, with their wonderful haka to Tauranga o ngā waka. Place was safe passage, safe anchorage. Can they continue? That was a little bit of a faux pas, but that's okay. They just need to continue on. Hamilton boys won't lie down though. They're full of attack and they've got some skill. Down the right side they come this time through Ollie Guerin, driven towards touch. Hands in the air as Tauranga boys celebrate the defensive effort. The number 6 involved heavily there, Oliver Francis, with some assistance from Landon Monks.
Tiro here ki te noho pātata o te Maria ki ngā tahata. Look how close some of these boys are on the field. It's like they've got an American football team out there waiting to get on the pitch.
Sinton using numbers. Need to be smart in the way they utilise possession at the moment. The number 8, Spratley, has the ball. There's a kick. It's been charged down. Will be retrieved. And out the back goes Aaron Riley. Well, a little bewildered here at the moment. A number of the supporters. Penalty count have to be well in favour here of Hamilton.
Down by 10. Opting the scrum. Smart move from the Hamilton boys. Just trying to quieten the crowd a little bit and slow down a bit of the momentum.
Well, that little error from the kick-off could have telling influence here. Okay, we've got a couple, excuse us there, we've got a couple of kids from other schools. I don't think it's from these two schools. Recognise it's a microphone and felt the opportunity to swear into it. We'll have to take that microphone out. Pretty puerile, if you ask me. But anyway, we're at the football here as we roll on. 10 in from the far side of the field here. So the test defensively is now with the home team. Here they come. Hamilton up by 10, 51 gone. Out to the right, they work it this time. Through the hands, and nice little pick up here from Kalis Paul Putoko. He's driven towards the sideline and ultimately will end up across the sideline. Well, there's plenty on in there. I don't think there's any argument there from Kalis. Just got picked up and driven across the line. Good defensive work. So, Tauranga having the ball scrum set in the middle. Going back for an indiscretion that the referee picked up that I didn't. Not the first time.
A decent advantage. I thought an advantage had been played. Good scramble, sliding defence from the Tauranga boys, but
they can ill afford to concede here.
That's right.
Moiha. Those of you confused, my calling Lewin Moiho. It's a name gifted to him by Wharehoia Milroy way back in the day. And of course referencing our connections to the Urhi of Hauraki as the ball goes to ground here. So he's known around, he's called Lewin Moiho, but never called late for lunch, apparently. Down the middle we go here, and 18 metres out from the try line, and it is Hamilton boys with the school, with the ball, excuse me. Number 20 is in for them. That's Mitchell Swan. Driving forward is Palmer. Palmer frees it up. Replacements coming in thick and fast as Koko, who is upended and driven in a great defensive effort. Classic. Patuawa decides to change the point of attack and pivots it across to the left-hand side with the fullback chimes in. Lunovic is skillful and he just streaks away and turns the momentum that was really in behind the home team around, and he scores on the far side of the field. We saw him last year, didn't we, Orangiwai Lunovic? He was clever when we witnessed him in season 2022 and has improved again this year. He's a top player and took his opportunity here when he was able to get around the outside of Sony.
Yeah, kako se dobro fala to the Lunovic whānau, predominantly Tarara people. And we saw him on display last year in the Super 8 competition, and he's got a wide range of skill sets in the sevens format as well. And so he's a handy player to have sweeping in the back of the Hamilton backline. Very
much so. Well, they had some opportunities. It's like a kick in the guts for the home team here to concede that try. But they were just 10 away and perhaps felt that they were a big chance if they got possession and maintained it. That the rugby gods were with them. But this sport goes up and down. But a wee wah. Seagulls have come in numbers too. You can see them hanging around looking for the remnants of the sausage sandwiches. The sausage sandwiches, which I might say were very nice. So from wide out here, this is a tough one. Hits it pretty well, but just drifts across the face of the goalmaster. So just 7 onto that one. 36-19 is our scoreline.
I'd just like to thank also Stream Shop for bringing us the pictures. A nice over-the-shoulder shot there from Sam on the roving cam. And a big ups to the sisters on camera 1 and 2, and then our team behind the jump, bringing us pictures and quite an awesome game.
Absolutely. None more than Dan Wrightson. He's the man who can do it all. In fact, the guy who's directing here could get in and commentate, I think, and shoot the cameras all at once. That's skillful. Tēnā koe te you.
And play the drums.
And he plays the drums as well. Gee, what a guy. Neat bloke. Here's the kick. I'd like to thank Maramina Roderick also as producer of our program, Tēnā koe te tuahine. It was her foresight that brought Super 8 Rugby together. And Rob Waddell, of course, who helps to coordinate all of this. Good names in the background, helping to bring this live sport from this level of competition to you on Whakaata Māori. The Tauranga have the ball. Sinton out to Aisake. Again, this talent, which he is holding it up. Sinton caught and dragged to ground. To good work from McCarthy, who was there quickly. Another penalty to Hamilton. I don't think there'll be too much dispute about that one that time.
Ana, no rātou ke te he. I think Tauranga boys were trying to play out the back a bit too much. Their block runners were coming through, and I think a set phase was already teed up, and it wasn't the right option then.
Dylan McCarthy was in there quickly. Hats off to him too. He's played strong. That's the hooker for Hamilton Boys High School. Up 36-19 here. You can see the time clock. So just on 13 to play. And really some big work needed here from the big men. Line out time. 22 out. Unbeaten in 2023 in Super 8, the home team. And that's a good climb and a good take as well for Tauranga boys. Number 20 is into the mix. That's Braden Stowers. Deciding to go downtown. Perhaps could have hoped for a little bit more depth on that. As Patuawa is reined in with a good defensive effort from Ashton Paynton. New onto the track.
Ehia ki ngā hāmene. Ko tā koha atu Tauranga kia kirikiriroa. I'm not too sure the number of penalties so far, D, but it's getting up there to almost double digits.
We haven't been keeping the penalty count, but that's not a criticism of the referee. It's just the way things have panned out, the way he's seen the game. They're up for a scrum here, right on the koru of Whakaata Māori. Such a significant tohu.
That's not Ben O'Keefe out there in the middle, is it? Just too early. Big.
Just to back the swim down here, right there in the middle. A couple of metres over the halfway line. There's the scrum feed. Hamilton Boys High School. Well, gee, they've been good today. 20 is, as I say, the new man on. That's Mitchell Swan. Coming across towards the broadcast side. Test on again for the defensive work. Tommy McCarthy once again with the bulldozer, the truck and trailer attitude. Christian McEwen now with possession, delivers it up nicely. Good tackle too. Coming out as Aidan Spratley, showing some wheels. Monks again. Lunovic, I should say, with it. He's been real good today. Rangiwai. Popping the pass up nicely to one of the best today. That's Tom McCarthy with a beautiful offload back on the inside. Beautiful play as well. This time it's Rahurui Palmer inside the 22 now. Problematic situation for Tauranga boys. That's a decent tackle on the far side. Pressure on as the ball comes out to the left-hand side with Dupre, Marshall. And yet another penalty, but
hey,
this time.
Not only the backs have great whanaungatanga and fluidity amongst them, but the forwards certainly did really well in an array of offloads. Barnstorming up the middle there. The people are cramping up at the moment. Hopefully this young man's not too badly hurt.
Kukuhu is making his way off the field on the far side. Didn't see the player go down. Did you pick up a number there?
Carl.
Carl. Well, a chance to just pay tribute to our schools and their involvement here. Like I say, it's New Plymouth.
And our rangatira o te Apopo, our Chiefs of tomorrow. Just like to make a bit of a shout out to Keo Pa'o, who's graduated from Te Kura Akonga o Manureo and moved over to HSBS. Proud school, he's loving his time there. And of course, there's Kaiako Rangi Kohu Baker.
Yeah, kia ora. Just big ups to all of those who help our tamariki, our rangatahi, teachers, mātua. It's a time of gratitude, really, to Wāo Matariki. So it's not just of those who've passed, but of those who contribute. As we see, the number 20 hasn't been on all that long too, but hopefully he's okay. It's Mitchell Swan, is it? Being taken from the field, looks like it's an ankle. Hopefully he will be all right, but hats off once again to Nigel Hotham. The way this team's played, that was a superb first half of footy. Gee, racked up 5 tries through Guerin, Marshall, both wingers, then McEwen, Miller and Waitai Hainga. And 29-0, you thought it was Gonski's, and so for the home team, but they fought back, 3 tries. And then one to Linovich as well to push it up to 34. And this time around, opting for the 3 from right in front.
Ana, te whana tāpiri e haere ake nei. He whakaro pake ki tēnā. A very mature option to take, just to kill a bit of the clock and keep extending the lead.
Says Lunovic. Dobro whara.
Where are we at now?
Well, that's to 30...
37.
37.
37-19.
Lucky you went to school. Sometimes.
St. Peter's College, quietly. But they're not too bad at this form of the game as well.
Yeah, they've been pretty good, all right, over the years. They're in Tamaki. So the number 4 takes it in. Christian McEwen. He has it. Rolls his way out towards Noah Johnston. There's a bit of fight here in the home team, though. They're going to have to really show it off, though, in the last 10 minutes. They won't want to concede any more points. In fact, they'll be keen to get some themselves. But the visitors, well, they too have their eye on the prize. Now, this is picked up with Tauranga. And just waiting to see how the referee saw this. It's gone out, has it?
Yeah, just trying to shift it right to the edge there, and just on that last pass back inside, just went out, and been really impressed with the tank of Nikolai Tehuia, who's played obviously 60 minutes so far, and he's been involved with every play.
Mason Hammond with the throw, and it's fortunately for them come back into their hands as Aidan Roy gets hold of the ball, and he sets it up. We'll need some assistance here. Good tough work. Tom McCarthy, he's had a great game here today. Sinton. Gaisake. But they can't see a way through as Ollie Guerin comes in to make the defensive work out for the halfback Stowers. Back it comes to Vakasiola. Fullback stepping in there, Landon Monks, Sinton. This is the man you're talking about, it's Nikolai Tehuia, yeah, and being a Year 11 student, got plenty to offer going forward. This is another good driving run here from Tauranga boys. Can they capitalise on the work that has been done, the lead-up work, as again Landon Monks sees an opportunity. He can spot a gap well, Monks, but this time just sort of losing it, lost control on the ground.
There may have been a bit of a position reshuffle, or possibly on attack. We see Landon Monks go into fly half, first receiver, and so maybe a strategical decision from the coaching staff and Mr. Cooker.
I think you're on the money there, because he does seem to be chiming in more here and closer to the ruck. Stowers once again. He's been good, all right. Tehuia. A penalty for Tauranga, but the clock is going to be their enemy here. Remember, they're playing for the boot, the famous boot. And at the moment it looks as though it'll be heading back over the Kaimai. Opting to come down the left edge. It's still look either way, irrespective of the result. It's been a celebration of rangatahitanga and sport. Been really neat rivalry over the years between these two teams, and today's just epitomises what it's all about. Tough, skillful, and plenty of attitude on show here today. As the throw-in is in the hands now of Hammond. Mason sends this one deep, nicely taken here from Tauranga boys, showing it around the outside and then driving up the middle. Here he comes, Aidan Spratley. He's had some good work as well today, Spratley. Then to ground is Oliver Francis, keeping it alive. Stowers still on the boil, comes Aisake. And again, Stowers with a second effort. Driving towards the line. The crowd starting to build in behind the home team here. That ball's gone to ground. It's towed forward, but it will be a penalty. They want to set themselves here. Tap and go. They want the 7. 3's on offer. It's a gimme.
Kua kuhu mai ngā kairiwhi kia hiki i te wairua i te Māori. The subs have come on from the Tauranga bench and really changed the momentum and picked up a bit of the spirits of the home team, just to let them know and remind them that the game's not over yet, and they're coming on with impact and effort and energy, and so that's pleasing to see.
Well, look, that's a rather unusual looking
clear out.
Oh, absolutely. Which was an upside down imagery that time around, wasn't it? So 37-19 is the scoreline here. Unbeaten Tauranga so far in the season. They get it out through Stowers, and now big Aisake drives towards the line. He can't get there this time. It goes along the ground, but that's okay here. Still with it, Tauranga wanting to get the 5-pointer. Out wide they come to Oliver Francis, who drives towards the line. Great defensive efforts at the moment from the Waikato lads. Still with it. He's been everywhere today, Vakasiola. To ground. You just get the feeling there's another one in there for Tauranga. Stowers driving forward as Hammond, but he can't get there on his own. Needs some support. Again Stowers, again Vakasiola. He lays it up. Got numbers out to the left. Good hands from Monks. Monks delivers wider, but needs support here for Paynton. Coming once again is Spratley. G's had a good strong game too. The number 8. As the referee offers another penalty. In fact, it's a penalty try. What's going on over here? No, way back to the first indiscretion. That was playing advantage. He's looking at his watch. 4.5 to play. It looked like they were going to get there too that time around. So
surprised he hasn't gone to the pocket for both sides yet. We've been consistently giving away penalties, but big ups to the man in the middle.
Oliver Francis to get the restart here. They're trying something different. There's the tap. 17 with the ball is Ryan Palmer. And the penalty goes Hamilton's way. Bit of words being spoken between the two squads, as can happen in this sort of footy. Well, it can escalate. Here in schoolboy footy. Let's hope things don't get untoward. Referee needs to keep a lid on this. I think some of the senior players came in and says, hey fellas, let's keep in mind what this is about.
I heard some kids from Hamilton that were here, the young kids wrestling with one another out the corner before the game. And one of them goes in, come on boys, that's not the school values, that's not the kura values. And so I'm glad that both sides, held closely to the tikanga and the kawa that the school prides themselves on.
Yeah, I think they were play fighting anyway, but I get your drift. Well, that's a bit of a disappointment too, because Tauranga were well set then. 37-19, just a few minutes to play. And the referee allowing a bit of time for these two teams to settle. It's going back through the game, and 5 tries in that first half. If you just joined us on Whakata Māori, there's been a solid show here from Hamilton Boys High World Champions after their success in Japan. And then they bounced back with 3 tries of their own too, Tauranga. what a great show it's been here today. Even though the rain's bucketed down, the crowd have stayed. It's been a fine game of footy. We'll get some thoughts too. We'll have a look at some of those tries. After the game, we'll wrap up quickly and then get ourselves set down on the field. I think maybe 10 minutes going to the other side of the field. The number 17, Ryan Palmer.
The Bash brother come onto the field for the last 10 minutes and just try to get to the Hamilton boys' heads, and that wasn't needed. Come on, ref, what do I do?
Hands go up.
What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with that? Yeah, I think the ref did well to keep a lid on that one. So whilst there'll be some disappointment, I think as followers of sports, you've just got to take your hat off here to that first half effort. It was a superb effort, really set the stage, and while the home team have been clawing back and gave themselves a little bit of a sniff when that try came in from Lunovic at 29-19, it certainly in many ways silenced the squad.
Yeah, and I just wanted to mihi to those townships and communities that were affected by the weather last week. Obviously the Super 8, there was only one round in the Super 8 that went, or one game of the round that took place, and so whakaaro kia rātou.
Yeah, good thoughts too. Fair enough. But strangely, you feel that things haven't finished, even though we're mopping up. It's a bit like someone else is coming into the wash house to wash their clothes as well. So big ups to our whananga across the country who come to terms with the reality of what has been happening these past few months. But hats off here to this superb squad. There's some great players on both sides of the equation here today, though. And it was really heartening to see the quality of football that's being played here in Super 8. This top of the table clash here. Hamilton always tough to beat. Rahuruhi Palmer's had a good game here today. Nikolai Te Hui has been really solid. All have contributed well, looking for a charge down here, but it still comes into the hands of Hamilton boys. And opting to just finish it off too with a kick into touch at 70 minutes. And a solid game of footy, an enjoyable game here in Super 8 rugby on Whakaata Māori. We come to the end and it's 37-19 Hamilton Boys High School beat Tauranga Boys College. Great to have you with us here. Stay with us. We've got post-match interviews and the like coming up soon right here in the home of Super 8 rugby Whakaata Māori.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, this downtown apartment is the perfect first property. Our vendors have a new baby, they're moving on, so we're selling this today. Do I have any more bids? One bid here, thank you. I've got a bid there. We've got one more here. Yes, we have one more bid. We have a bid here. Do we have any more final bids?
This isn't about just selling one property. It's about getting a better result for our clients. So we can help them with their next property, the one after that, and the one after that.
I wanted to take a moment to express my gratitude for the incredible support you provided me with recently.
So I just want to say thank you for allowing me to go up north and go to our first Nationals tournament. For a lot of us, it was our first national tournament experience.
Also, your funding that helped us get up there, it's helping people who might not have been in places they wanted to do, or last year running a team.
Losing or winning doesn't even matter. We're just grateful that we got to go. So yeah, just on behalf of the people that are a bit too shy to speak right now, just thank you.
No time to fluff around today? No worries. Just swing into Caltex and pay for fuel with Pay an App to speed on through. Ooh, yeah. Feels good. Use it at your local participating Caltex.
Hoki mai e hoa mā ki tēnei o ngā whakapāhotanga kua whakakapi ake ara ko ngā raraunga. Toru te kaumā whitu ki kirikiri roa, te kaumā iwa ki te haukainga nei o Tauranga Moana. Big mihi to both sides that have come out and celebrated such a gathering here at Tauranga Boys College. Not only rugby was on display here, but football, hockey, golf, basketball. Ako ake nei ka whakawhiti atu. Ki te kai kāpene mo te kapa o Tauranga, we're throwing to Liam Sturm, his sideline with Dale Husband.
I got on with Hohepa Chandler, who's the captain here of the home team. Mate, the 29 points in that first half. You came back strong though and got yourselves within 10. Couldn't quite get it done today, but still some strong play from both squads. How do you feel off the back of what was a celebration of sport, Hohepa?
Yeah, it was pretty gutted just with the loss, but the boys had some real good fights to come back and not let it be a blowout, so it was good on their behalf for just not giving up, and that just shows what we do here at the school, just never giving up. And yeah, just a good game from Edmonton. They were real class and shows them why they're the best day. So yeah, but yeah, it was really good, just sport in general with the whole exchange of all sports, and yeah, all rangatahi around the Central North Island.
Yeah, congratulations, Hohepa. Well, it's 4-1, but there's still plenty to play for in Super 8. It's a good competition, and how are you feeling going forward with what it does to prepare you for rugby, maybe after school?
Yeah, Super 8 is a great competition, probably one of the hardest in New Zealand, so it really takes great confidence going, leaving school and playing rugby or club, or if our boys kick on and go really good in rugby, and it really starts here, the home grounds and that, and builds up from there, building our confidence from schoolboy, and then hopefully take it on after and into our future lives.
Good on you, mate. Stay playing sports. It's been great to see you on the track today, Hohepa, and congratulations on how the team is running in 2023.
Thank yous.
Ana ko te reo tērā o te kai kāpene mo te kapa o Tauranga. Ako ake nei ka whai wāhi atu kōrero ki te kai kāpene mo te kapa o Hamilton ko Liam Sturm tēnā.
Liam Sturm's the captain of the winning squad. That's a mighty first half of footy. You guys really, you seemed like you'd really focused and were intense in your work, but it must have been very satisfying going into the sheds at half time. 29 up.
Yeah, we've been starting a bit slow lately, so the main focus for us has been starting strong, really getting out of the gates quick, and we definitely did that.
The home team here, well, they came back at you and actually gave you a bit of a scare with 3 tries in 29-19, but you guys showed plenty of resilience. Then what pleases you most about how you and your teammates reacted under that pressure?
I think it's just going back to what our main value is, just getting in the grind. When you had to dig deep, we knew Tauranga wasn't going to go away all week, so we just kept going, and we finally got there.
Well, you're the world champions, but for a reason. Who do you want to pay tribute to, not just from your playing staff, but maybe the coaching staff as well, brother?
Yeah, we also play for a young man named Keaton, passed away earlier in the year, so we definitely hold him strong with us the whole season.
Well, congratulations. It was a fine performance. Great to have you showcase both these two proud schools and watch a traditional battle off for Kata Māori. Nice to be going out live across the country.
Yeah, it's real good display of our talent and getting our names out there.
Good on you, Liam. Congratulations.
Cheers for that.
Ko ngā reo e rua e nā o ngā kai hautu, ngā kai ako, ngā kai kāpene, o ngā kapa e rua. A big mihi once again to Whakata Māori and the Stream Shop, and of course Tauranga Boys for hosting such an extravaganza here. Unfortunately going down 19-37 here at the Super 8 Round 4 competition. It's been a pleasure to bring you coverage. We look forward to having an opportunity to profile this game that is played in heaven, Rugby Union, and Manawatia Matariki as well. Let's remember those of the past and plan for the future. Mā te wā e hoa mā, ka whakairihia te ki te kōrero ki konei, ka haumaru te haere.